So Cori, yesterday we had gone over a little bit over the ACT. I brought actually the same company up into ACT to kind of describe what we do. So, you know, when we want to put a new person into ACT, we simply come here to contacts and create a new contact, okay? Once we get that contact information in, and pretty much the information that we would have would be the information that you see on your screen, which is some very, very basic information. There's some other user fields certainly that we can use. However, we have not really done much on that. Neither have we done much on the home or personal information of this screen. So I'll simply use the tabs and tell you what we do use on this CRM, the ACT CRM. So in this screen called Activities, this is where we could schedule an appointment to call, a meeting to do, or what they call another. So we can do other. This would just be another type of activity that doesn't fit into one of those other three. As you can see, we have activities that are set up here, and one of the things that ACT does do, and it does it nicely, is if I have repetitive activities, for example, this particular, you know, do we have the renewal information yet? Well, every year this company renews our group health insurance, and so I am actually able to go on recurrence and set multiple recurrences. In fact, on this one I can set up recurrences for this folks annually to occur a certain time of the year and have no end date. So that's kind of a unique and nice feature. I don't know if, again, that your CRM is able to do that, or if I have to, you know, each time I want to do something, I have to put that in there. Just hit cancel. So we do use that quite a bit in terms of scheduling our activities. Okay. As we go across here, we really have not used the Opportunities tab. And History and Note tab, we've kind of used them interchangeably, you know, as we have to-dos. You know, if we make a contact with a client, for example, in this client, you know, we scheduled something. I just sent an email to their home office in Michigan to see if they had made a decision regarding their renewal. I'll call them back on October 2nd and put my name in there. So we can use that there, but the fact is that History has sometimes some of the same type of stuff. Okay, same type of information. So we've used that kind of interchangeably. Documents, we used to be able to, you know, we actually used to use this as where we'd add documents that were specific to this particular client. And of course, you indicated when we talked to you before that we can actually add documents in, so that there are documents specific for clients in activities that we want to do. For example, if companies with, example, Blue Cross of California, then and they have particular documents that we frequently use with them, this would be a place that we could load them into. Groups, really has been a way that if you have a client in here, you can associate them with other clients that have like items. For example, if this company was one of my companies, CAP, you know, I put 100% CAP client, which would differentiate it from maybe a client that I'm doing a combined project with another brokerage. So that kind of gives you what that is. It just as a way to subdivide information, if you will. Secondary contacts. So my main contact with this particular company, Walker Silmix, is Maricela. However, my other contacts with that company I can list, and it gives me the information of the company and the contact. It's, you know, it's just a way of, if I didn't want to have these folks in here, if I didn't want to have these folks as separate contacts, in other words, setting up a separate file for them, I can put them and attach them to this list. We really haven't used the Relationships tab, nor the Web Information tab. Personal information we've used a little bit for when it made sense, and then of course the contact record keeper. You know, most of the time we just leave it what it is. It doesn't really matter. User fields are places where we can put other items. You know, we never identified completely what those user fields are for, because Some of our clients were business clients, some of them were individual clients, some of them were seniors, and so, you know, these user fields may have, you know, for the most part have been used for businesses, and we've used them for as a custom field. In this case, user field number 1 was the company and the group member that this particular company was with. And anyway, alternative fields. Social updates, never really used this. As this came into being, we just never really were educated on it or took time to utilize it. And marketing results, of course, you know, we don't have that. So we really probably haven't even used the resources that we have under here as good as we could have and should have. But then again, the CRM has really not been as robust as we'd like. And the most important thing is it's not been accessible. Information has not been accessible online. It's really attached, or if you will, hardwired into our server and accessible only through the computers here at the office. So if I'm out and about and I want to utilize the services that are available, I really have to log into my computer, you know, like go to my PC type of scenario and see my own PC to be able to get information, and that's kind of cumbersome. Being able to have access to the CRM and to update information within the CRM in the field via the internet, I think, you know, as you've indicated to me, is what yours does. I can, any, you know, mobile device, whatever, I can utilize and find the information and update that information for my CRM, and that is important. Now these buttons down here, this welcome is just where, this is what the screen looks like when I come into ACT, if I've turned ACT completely off. Connections, really have not used the connections. Contacts, this is where we would enter, if you will, this is where we would enter information on new contacts. So if I went up here to contacts and I wanted to create a new contact, I can do that, and all these fields go empty and there's no information down on the bottom, and that certainly would be where I would add new contacts. Groups, we kind of went through that. You know, I can actually, for a client, have them be affiliated, if you will, with several groups, and so, you know, I can do that through this screen. Companies, really, obviously I haven't used the company view very much, and so you can see where that's at. Calendar, you saw that coming in, so when I look at my calendar, if you will, my dashboard, in the morning I come in, I can see that I have an 11 o'clock meeting, and then Sharon's indicated that she's got some medical issues that she's going to attend to. And if you will, I'm going to pull the screen over here. You can see over here on the right side is my list of to-dos and my calls. Okay, and unless I have a specific appointment as listed for these appointments here, the rest of these are put on a do any time during the day type of a thing, but it's something to be done in today's calendar. All right, task list. We have not used this task list as we probably should. If I was wanting to look at today and future tasks, certainly I could do that, and it looks to me like, you know, this task list isn't even working, or we haven't been utilizing it properly. And that's the same with opportunities. We really haven't used this opportunity. Therefore, we haven't used any of the reports that we have on here. And the search, we can certainly find search information in here, but most of the time when I want to look up, if I want to look up and I don't know the information, or let's say I want to look up, and I did this yesterday by example, so I'll come in here and just look up back here. So I'm gonna go up. If I want to look up and I want to say, okay, I want to look up by example, I can pull this up. And what this will do is I'll say, let's say that I want to look up all the folks that are in the 91710 zip. So I'm going to go 91710 and hit search. And then if I want to replace the current lookup, I'm going to hit OK. And now when I look up, it's going to give me all the folks that are in Chino now that I'm able to look up. And I know you showed me yesterday where I can do that by criteria of information that's in your CRM. But we do look that up because there's times that I'll think of, I've got a client so and so that's I know they're in the city of Monrovia, but I can't remember the name of the business, so I'll look at all our CRM clients in Monrovia, which really narrows it down and be able to find those folks. So I think that this probably, you know, in terms of doing things, this is pretty much how we do it. I do want to mention that when we deal on our contacts, and let's just go back to the one client that we have been dealing with, Walker Silmix, and go into these tabs. We talk about the history and the notes, and I do want to make sure that these items are exportable into the CRM we have, so that we have the history of these clients. And so we'll have to help each other to find out how we can best do this, or pull that information down and find out how to do that. Anyway, I think that that's about all that I have to show you. If you feel like you need anything else, please give me a call. All right? Look forward to talking to you.